welcome to Value Talks. Uh, Value Talks, you already know, it's a platform, advisory platform for advisors, advice related to finance, education, real estate, allied real estate services, studies abroad, career and jobs, and a big focus on transition of armed forces officers to the corporate sector. Today we have a very interesting job lined up. Talk lined up. Uh, in fact, something which is very close to my heart. It's regarding how to be an entrepreneur in the hospitality industry. और इसके लिए हमारे साथ आज जुड़ रहे हैं दो entrepreneurs, दो army officers who after retirement took up this path, less traveled, and they are doing pretty well for themselves. We have with us Captain Suresh Sharma. Suresh sir, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
And with Suresh sir, we have Colonel Trilok Sharma. Trilok, are you there?
Thank you so much for inviting me, sir. Thank you so much. I'm here.
Right. So, ladies and gentlemen, Suresh sir is Captain Suresh Sharma is a pioneer in the caravan tourism, and I think he's the one who started it all in the entire country. He's the first to do this, and I don't even know whether how many people are right now doing. We'll ask during the talk. And Trilok, Colonel Trilok is running a very beautiful resort in Lansdowne. So without wasting much time, let's straight away jump into the discussion with them, and let's hear from them how has the journey been so far. So Suresh sir, let's hear from you.
Yeah.
How when did it all start?
I made my first caravan in 2000, and
Right.
thanks to my work on snakes, thanks to um, my father who inculcated the spirit of outdoors in me. And when I wanted to go to the villages to deliver lectures on snakes and snake bite, because I wanted to educate people about snake bite first aid and how to do the management of snake bite. So I wanted a vehicle which could take me to villages and I could live on my own. One, I could just carry the whole paraphernalia in one piece, and I didn't want to be burdened on the villagers. So I made my first caravan it was named as King Cobra in praise of snakes. So
Right.
that was in 2000. And after that, we have been making long trips. First trip of mine was when my daughter was 6 months old. We did a 6 month trip, you can say, across half of India.
Right. Okay. So I mean, it never. Your passion was little different. It was never in the same avatar what it is in right now.
Yeah, I agree with you. Then, when I felt people were saying, "Sir, I envy you. You're traveling like this. You're a free bird." I say, "Yes, I have paid the price. Nothing comes free in this world. Even your freedom comes at a price." So I was willing to pay the price. People are not willing to pay the price. So I then when people, I mean, they were all very keen to do it. And then when I was educating people about snakes and snake bite, I did not organize any NGO because, after all, even if you want to deliver a lecture, you need to spend maybe 100, 200, 500 rupees or 2000 rupees to go to a school. You need a petrol, you need something. So then we started raising our funds through tourism activity. And when I saw that people were very envious of what I was doing through caravan traveling, uh, then I said, why don't we make a big RV and then travel in that, let people pay for it. So people pay, and I will be traveling on their expense. So, so I have been lucky that people pay me for my travel.
Oh, that's a very positive approach, but I'm sure that it has not been this rosy. इतना rosy नहीं रहा होगा sir, और I'm sure आपके जो journey है, it must have been very very difficult. And
Yeah, at some stages, yes.
right, sir, I'll come back to you. Trilok, what about you? How did you get into this line? कैसे मतलब ये शुरू हुआ? क्या आपने पहले कोई जॉब करी? कितने साल हो गए आपको फौज छोड़े हुए?
So good evening to you all. So this story started on 27th of July, 2007 actually.
अच्छा.
This was the time when I was traveling with my wife and kids to Lansdowne when I got posted first time to the center. I am a Garhwal Rifles officer.
Okay, this was my next question. Why Lansdowne? So, okay, right.
Yeah, so it was very natural for me to choose this place not only being beautiful, but Garhwali by Karm and Garhwali by heart now. So this was a very natural choice for me. Notwithstanding, this story started on 27th of July. We were traveling and we saw this beautiful piece of land, and me and my wife, who happens to be a part of this group right now as we speak, we both wished that we wished that we had this land and we had a house there. And from there, this story started. The dream took shape. We bought the land in 2008, not knowing what will we do with the land. 2016, when I again got posted to Lansdowne, we started thinking seriously about it. I always had this entrepreneurial what do you call the kida, that I had to do something in it. Yeah.
Right.
But I agree with Suresh sir when he says that everything comes at a cost. The dreams come at a cost, sir. The dream that we had nurtured then, it took a lot. It took a hell of a lot for us to realize the dream and be where we are as we speak. So we started the resort in 2018. I very proudly say that since my wife was the one who got this idea, by and large, I was only the support system. I very proudly say I am the husband of the owner, actually.
Right, I can understand.
Yes.
And that's a very I mean, your wife will be very happy, and I think you are very good at earning the brownie points. So, so,
But like I said, sir, everything comes at a cost. The dreams come at a cost. To realize them, it takes hell of a lot out of you. I took premature retirement last year in 2021, and since then I'm here personally looking after the things. Till now, my wife was there on ground looking after the things. I was only sort of a support system. So that's how it is.
So आपने 2018 में स्टार्ट किया, एंड आप कब तक आपने रिटायरमेंट पीएमआर वगैरह नहीं लिया?
नो सर, उस समय तक पीएमआर नहीं लिया था, बिकॉज आई फील मुझे ऐसा लगता था कि इस तरीके के प्रोजेक्ट के लिए अगर मैं जॉब में रह के काम कर सकता हूँ और
वन लेग ऑन ग्राउंड.
Yes, and you have such a strong support system, your wife, with you, who can look after the place with the same passion and the same dream. Then I didn't think that it was wise for me to, take retirement. Notwithstanding, I was waiting for 20 years also for my pension to basically come in.
So that's a very, very well planned affair, actually. I mean, very wisely executed, I think. And good that your wife's support was also there. Suresh sir, the question is to you. What about your family? What about your family? When you thought of venturing into caravan tourism and एक तो पहले तो ये बहुत ही अलग तरीके की शुरुआत हुई होगी, और जब आपने ये सोचा उस वक्त क्या आप किसी जॉब में थे? आपकी आमदनी का जरिया क्या था? What was your source of income? And what support your family? How much of support you got from your families?
100% credit goes to my wife and now my children. I had hung my boots after 6 years of service in uh, 1990. Um, and during this, I had seen IPKF operations for 18 months. And since I knew that I am a free bird, I live my own life on my own terms, and no lady would like to live with a person like me who was unpredictable, and as my friends used to call, untamable bull. No lady would live with me for more than 6 months. So I waited. I mean, it just happened. I will say one thing for those youngsters, those who want to fulfill their dreams. Remember one thing: don't rush into marriage. Take time, get married to somebody where your thinking, your frequency matches. If doesn't match, at least somebody is willing to match it. As we all know, marriage is adjustments. If you can adjust properly. So my wife, I mean, I had bought my vehicle when I got married, and we made a caravan when we were married, like for a few months. And my wife never resisted anything. She took like a fish to water. She just enjoyed that life. She loved it, and our ideas they clicked. Can you imagine a South India trip of 6 months, and with a
Wow.
6 month old baby, lap baby, was decided over a cup of tea. I said,
Oh, wow.
Rajbir, let's do this. She said, okay, let's do it. That's all. And I would like to say to everybody here, plan that much which is required. Don't over plan. Don't sweat yourself over planning. Overdose of anything is bad. Excess of everything is bad. So what we did, I mean, my friends were saying, Captain, you are mad. पागल हो क्यों लेके जा रहे हो छोटे बच्चे को लैब बेबी है. I said, यार, let's go logically. I have gone to the doctor. I asked the pediatrician. He said, as long as the baby is on mother's feed, take her anywhere. And then I told everybody, I said, yeah, I'm taking a bedroom which has got a washroom, kitchen, bed. So the baby is very comfortable. So she doesn't have to drive. So that's how we could do it. Now we, as a family, we are totally into it. My daughter, my son, my wife, we are all into it. Every day after dinner, we have meeting how to make things better and better and better. So
Very
without
nice,
your,
sir.
yeah, I know some people, those are dreaming to do it, but their wife says, no, build a house. I have not built a house as yet. So everybody's dream is to have a house. So as a Fauji, I had very limited resources and I sank all that money few times in this journey because I had a very small boat. So I crashed 2, 3 times. Sometimes it was my fault, sometimes it was not my fault. Um, First, I was hit by my partner in wildlife films because I was lucky to have worked on wildlife films with National Geographic, and that's how I came in touch with experts on snakes and all. And then my partner walked away with all the money. I was left with 220 rupees in my account. I came back to live with my father, and then second time I was hit by a recession in about 2010 or something. I was left with 67 rupees in my bank account. So that's how.
Sir, ये मेरा next question था कि were you uh, what was your background? आप family की तरफ से ही you inherited lot of wealth so that you could pursue your passion or uh,
I know my father is a teacher. You know how much a teacher would be earning. So one thing is there, I have imbibed from my father. Simple life. I don't spend money on my clothes. I do spend money on my best equipment because I don't want to be let down by any equipment in the field. So my equipment is very expensive. If you come to my house, No money has been spent on my furniture. My curtains are still of my bachelor days because I'm not a rich man. So I can only have either this caravan thing or I can have a big house where I have got flashy curtains because I know I have my friends, those boast of Suresh ये देख यार मैंने रेशम के सिल्क के कर्टन लगाए हैं. So I don't have that wealth. I have to decide I want to do this or this. You cannot have both. I mean, because I know that's the kind of money I have got. So I decided I will live on my own terms. I tell all my course mates I don't have time for any party.
Well,
Reason,
sir, I personally feel कि इस टॉक के बाद एक तो टॉरस जो है it is going to be subscribed at least 10 times. We are going to promote it aggressively. ठीक है सर.
Mhm.
I mean, hats off to you, sir. Salute.
Thank you.
Passion follow. मैं ये मानता हूँ कि entrepreneurship जो है उसमें थोड़ा बहुत पागलपन तो चाहिए ही.
पागलपन चाहिए. Let me tell you, I used to say always, मुझे कोई नहीं रोक सकता सिवाय भगवान के.
Lovely,
I'm
sir.
a bulldozer.
Lovely. So Trilok, you have been, you know, आपने जो सोचा था कि okay, by 2018 you, I mean, whenever you started and then you took retirement, you earned your pension. So आपने अपना business जमाया जब आप नौकरी में थे, आपकी एक source of income already थी, and your business was, you know, it was not I would say flourishing, but yes, it started. You know, you sowed the seed, and उसके बाद आपने plunge लिया. लेकिन आपकी एक्सपेक्टेशन के हिसाब से वो चला जब शुरू में जब आपने शुरू किया इसको. तो पहले तो आप अपने रिजॉर्ट का नाम भी बताएं प्लीज. सॉरी मैंने
The resort's name is Ivy Green Resorts.
Ivy Green Resort.
Yes, it's an eco-friendly concept resort where we have various kinds of cottages like tree cottages, you have wooden cottages, you have luxury cottages, and all the cottages have been given with all the basic amenities and the luxury amenities in the luxury section. We have a swimming pool and a restaurant, and we boast of being the eco-friendly representative among the fellow hoteliers. You'll be very surprised to know that in spite of making this resort in the jungle, we did not cut even a single tree, sir.
Great.
Not even a single tree was cut. So wherever the tree came, we built around it. Basically, nature was something that, nature is the soul of this place. So that's about the resort. But coming to your question first, I mean, when we started, you are absolutely right. I already had a source of income, but to start a venture like this of this magnitude, I mean, that source of income only proved to be, let's say, a drop in the ocean. The rest of the drops in the ocean came from somewhere else. So, and that actually took a lot. It always takes a lot. Whatever income that we generate in army, I mean, you are aware that that is something which is sustainable for a basic decent life. A venture of this magnitude required me to be absolutely pagal. Like Suresh said, pagalpan zaruri hai. People termed me a pagal when I bought this land, and they termed me very rightly so because I had bought this land inside the jungle where there was no way. But then when dreams come, they come with a package of solutions also. So we got the solutions in advance. There was a lot of revenue which was required to bring this up. Took very many loans from very many people, and in that ways we learned about quite a lot about life also, sir. I mean,
कभी ऐसा हुआ, and the question is to both of you, Suresh sir and Lok, कभी ऐसा हुआ कि ऐसा लगा हो कि यार गलती हो गई, मतलब बहुत अच्छा है, सब कुछ बहुत अच्छा है और मैं यही करना चाहता हूँ, लेकिन शायद नहीं हो पाएगा?
I'll take the liberty of answering this since I am already speaking. So, yes, sir, with your permission.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
please go ahead.
So, between me and my wife, only one of us used to, realize this every night. Every night we used to think ki galti ho gayi. And it's only the other partner who used to, console you कि नहीं होगी तो कोई बात नहीं साथ में है.
Wow. So that is what is required actually. अगर एक हिम्मत हार रहा हो तो दूसरे का काम है कि
Yes, yes.
you have
और
to
हर रोज
motivate.
और हर रोज महसूस होती थी गलती से.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, बहुत 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 ही अच्छा वो दिया है आपने। चलो, ये बहुत
See, when
जरूरी है,
you
not only in entrepreneurship but I think in every walk of life you need to have this kind of a support. Yes sir, Suresh sir.
no, I'm just saying when you set course, that time you think about it, be focused, set your course, full throttle, don't look back. So that is the way to do. Don't worry. There will be times when you are tired, take a rest. There is a poem that says, don't quit. If you're tired, rest a while, but continue. So,
Lovely, lovely sir.
and yes, your life partner has to be 100% partner of it, not 50, because otherwise you will have problems, because there will be issues. Like my wife never demanded jewelry, dresses, anything. Hats off to her. Otherwise, a lady loves to have a beautiful house with beautiful curtains, furniture, jewelry, and saris. I remember we were on a trip to South India when Sukhmani was small. Yes, uh, I think I don't know, maybe second trip. I gave, it must be around 15 years ago, 18 years ago, I gave 1.5 lakh rupees to my wife. I said, go and buy sarees because I have got spare money. I want you to live like a lady. I know ladies love sarees. Even if you don't wear, they have to feel that, oh, garmaish aani chahiye, कि I'm living like a woman, living like a lady. I have got so many dresses in the trunk. She said, no, I don't want to waste this money. You do something for the caravan. That's it. So that is the spirit required by both of you. You have to
Great,
live for
great
your
sir.
dream. Focused. You have to decide what you want in life. Yes, you have a lot of money. Like I will say, I took a lot of risk. I would have perished because I did not have pension. I did not have medical support, and we still took risk. When I started this Taurus project, I was left with 67 rupees in my bank account. Let me ask you, which lady will give you support that, okay, let's go ahead with this project? There was a time I used to travel, I could not buy a water bottle. I used to come back home, drink water after 5 hours of journey. That's how we did this project. And all credit goes to my wife, not children. They have never demanded. We have, after Corona, we started new infrastructure, and thanks to my friends, those pulled in, और धमकाया मैंने दो चार दोस्तों को, अरे हराम खोर तुम पैसे भेजो, because I just want to tell you, because choice is between sinking or just begging. Begging means to your friends you can always say पैसे भेजो, अभी भेजो. So that's how after Corona again we lost everything and we have revived. Thanks to my friends,
Sir,
thanks to my father.
sir, very gracious of you to give credit to your friends and family also. But क्या कभी ऐसा हुआ, did you feel during this journey कि आपको ये पता लगा कि these are my friends and they were just friends during good times and these are my real friends? Did you realize this?
ये हमेशा होगा आपके साथ, हमेशा. If you have got 100 friends, there will be only few people those will stand by you during your thick and thin. Many people will come. See, remember one thing: when you have to fight your battle, nobody will come to share the wounds with you. But the day you come victorious, oh, मुझे तो पता था ये जीतेगा, मुझे तो पता था यार, he is very he's a go getter, he's an enterprising guy. लेकिन उससे पहले वही लोग बोलेंगे, देखो यार बेवकूफ आदमी है, फौज छोड़ दी, पैसे लगा दिए, पता नहीं क्या कर रहा है, बाप के सिर पे ही जिएगा. All those you will have to hear, but don't listen to people. Keep moving. You will find solutions.
Quite right, sir.
And
I agree.
same people will, when you are victorious, they will come uninvited to celebrate with you.
Absolutely, sir. Success has many fathers and failure has none. So,
ये
वो
तो
है ही है.
you have to accept it, this formula. कभी कभी लगता है कि यार मैंने गलत लोगों की सपोर्ट की लाइफ में, because I am one person, I am known in my entire circle कि सुरेश ने अगर हाँ बोल दी तो रात को 2 बजे भी खड़ा होगा, इसका अपना नुकसान हो जाए ये खड़ा होगा. अभी भी बहुत लोग ये बोलते हैं सुरेश ने हाँ बोल दी, कहते हैं हाँ बस ये काम हो जाएगा. So I
Great,
have
sir.
sometimes I've lost my own money or my gains, but I've stood by my friends. And today I will say I take pride in saying some people may have 10% good friends, but I have maybe 25%.
Great, great, sir. So that's a
Sir, I
very, very,
totally,
yeah.
I very totally agree with what Suresh sir said about living life at its basic when you are on to your entrepreneurial journey. I mean, sir, talk about ma'am being absolutely modest about the requirements and living on the basics. I I quite relate to very many things that he has said. To the extent that sir spoke about the jewelry part. My wife doesn't have jewelry right now, so all the jewelry, all the assets that we had, they had to be either mortgaged or they had to be sold to realize this one dream. So I relate to what Suresh said, and uh, like I was saying that we learned quite a lot about life also during this journey. You you know about what friendship is. You know about the real and the fakes, and trust me, with 1% reals, there are 99% fakes around you. But again, I want to thank the course mates and the family members, parents, and everything who stood by me, and especially my wife and kids. They just stood by me when everybody thought that this is not a good idea. This is not a good idea to go ahead. This won't work. People said. So, but then
Great.
With the bad, the good also comes, and the good comes in small packets though, but it does give you happiness, and it gives you a perspective of what's true and what's fake. I think you need to recognize this early, otherwise the losses are bigger.
So great, ladies and gentlemen. Let's summarize till now. I mean, हम अभी तक हमने इनसे entrepreneur से related सवाल जो है वो डायरेक्टली नहीं किए हैं, बट इफ यू रियलाइज जो भी अभी तक की डिस्कशन है वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है बिफोर यू embark on this journey. First of all, it is not easy. Secondly, you got to be little mad. You've got to have that thing in you. And trust me, it is required. आपको बहुत सारा कुछ जो है वो सहना पड़ता है. You have to make a lot of sacrifices. You have to think big, you have to dream big, and you have to have conviction in your dreams. बहुत सारे लोग आपको इस जर्नी में मिलेंगे जो कि कहेंगे कि पागल है, क्या कर रहा है, इतना अच्छा था, सब कुछ छोड़ छाड़ के ये कर रहा है. But then you have to keep moving, as Suresh sir said, as Trilok also mentioned, and the support of your family is very, very important. वही है आपका जो मेजर सहारा है. So moving ahead, so Suresh sir, how did the money come then?
uh,
I mean, money से मेरा मतलब है to start Taurus.
yeah, I will tell you. Since I was left with 67 rupees,
Can
and
we, sir, before that, can we have some photographs? People, can you flash some photographs of Taurus?
I shared some of the photographs with you.
Taurus जो है वो सर आप थोड़ा सा Taurus के बारे में पहले बता दें for those who don't know.
मैं आपको पहले बताता हूँ वो पैसे कैसे आए.
अच्छा ठीक है.
Since I did not have money, I did not have the product.
Right.
So I sat down, I thought about it. First of all, I prepared a project report for myself, that what is that what I want to sell and how to sell, how much money will come in, because that time I was dreaming about fundraising through various means. So everybody will ask me, what are you doing, how you're going about, how the money will be made, and how the money will be generated, and how it will be returned. So I came up with an idea to sell in advance my package trips.
Right.
Imagine, I don't have factory, I don't have a product, but I'm selling the product. Not fake, not fake. I spoke to a friend of mine, I still remember, he was in Dubai. I said, yeah, Nitin, I have nothing, but I want to start this project. And then I had gone to a friend of mine. I said, yeah, Ajay, can you make an assessment of my project? I am very tensed. I have no money to even feed my family. So I am little stressed. Probably I cannot think straight. Can you help me making a right assessment? So I went to him. My project was worth about 42 lakh rupees of what I needed. So I went to him. He said, yeah, सीधा बताओ इसमें पैसा कहाँ है? Where is the meat? So I told him, and he said, okay, 5 lakh rupees. I said, Ajay, मेरा 42 lakh rupees का project सिर्फ 5 lakh का है. He said, नहीं सुरेश, 5 lakh मेरे से ले लेना. And he is a hardcore businessman. वो जब उसकी मैं शॉप पे जाता हूँ तो उसको बोलता है, यार अजय मैं आज कुछ किताबें खरीदने वाला हूँ. बोलेगा चाय का कप अभी चाहिए तो पैसे किताब में लग जाएंगे, नहीं तो अगली बार लगा दूंगा, पिलाऊंगा तुम्हारे ही पैसों से. So when he was willing to give me 5 lakh rupees, I was very, I mean, it encouraged me. I said, अजय पर यार 42 लाख रुपीस का मेरा प्रोजेक्ट है, तुम 5 लाख दोगे तो मैं बाकी का कैसे करें? कहता भाई वो मुझे नहीं पता, तुम मेरे से 5 लाख रुपए अब ले जाओ, इसका चेक ले जाओ, कैश ले जाओ. So but that encouraged me. I came back home very happy कि प्रोजेक्ट में दम है, प्रोजेक्ट में there is a substance in it. So I came home and then I started refining my project again. Another reading, because by that time my mind was working a little better. So suddenly a friend of mine came, and then my regimental officer came. No, before that my wife's friend came. She said, okay, what's happening? So I told her, भाई मैं तो इस project पे काम करता हूँ, because then you are excited to share with your friends, not with an intention that I wanted to ask her for money. She said, भाई 5 लाख तो मैं भी दे दूंगी. Oh, that was great. So then my regimental officer came after 3-4 days. It was because this was all decided by the divine, maybe. He came and he said, sir, क्या हो रहा है, क्या बन रहा है? So I was excited to share with him also. He said, sir, 3.5 लाख तो मैं भी दे दूंगा. Your project is really good. I said, okay. Then I spoke to a friend of mine in Dubai. I said, Nitin, the rest of the money, nobody is going to give me because I have no land, no house to mortgage. I have no jewelry left with me. So what do? I am going to sell advance trips. Trip कहीं नहीं है, but I want to still sell it. He said, sir, अगर ये नहीं हुआ तो बेइज्जती हो जाएगी, इज्जत चली जाएगी. मैंने कहा, नितिन, बची ही इज्जत है दांव पे लगाने के लिए, और मेरे पास कुछ नहीं है. So I said, let me take risk. I said, let me take risk. मैं डूब जाऊंगा तो डूबा हुआ तो हूं ही मैं, इससे और कहां डूबेंगे, रॉक बॉटम पे लगा हुआ हूं. So I said, let me take risk, let me fight it out. I will fight. I said, नितिन, डूबने नहीं दूंगा, इज्जत दांव पे लगाऊंगा पर इज्जत डूबने नहीं दूंगा, डोंट वरी. पर ये बता, ये आइडिया ठीक है? कहता सर यू टेक अ कॉल. ही सेड, मैं भी आपको कुछ पैसे दे दूंगा, लेकिन मेजर मनी यू हैव टू डू फंड रेजिंग. कल कोचर I was able to raise about 32 lakh rupees by selling advance trips.
Wow, wow, sir. Lovely.
That was the credibility which I had earned already in the market. Remember one thing, your credibility, which you can build, is like a glass house. You do a mistake, and one stone thrown on you, it will collapse. I have lived all my life only for my credibility and my self esteem. And I tell people even now, if I could fight for the self esteem or the respect of my country, I will fight for my own self esteem and respect at any cost. I will not let anybody down, my friends, those gave me money, and the customers, those come and clients, those come and stay. They are God for us. And I'm not a very religious guy, but still I'm religious. I believe going to temples, there's no use. But working hard, honestly, being straightforward, and treating my clients, because in my culture in India, as per Hindu culture, I am told भगवान ग्राहक आपका भगवान है. So I have taken it very seriously. I don't go to temples. Maybe I must have gone to a temple maybe 25, 30 years ago. No more. But my guests, when they come, they are treated like God's own representatives. So that's how we raise funds.
Right, sir. Very impressive. Very, very impressive. And very inspirational impact. And Trilok,
Sir,
so सब कुछ हो गया, आपने गाड़ी चला दी, गाड़ी अच्छी चलने लग गई, और फिर कुछ हुआ 2020 में, है? तो सारे घर के अंदर बंद थे, थालियां बज रही थी, तो क्या पेंडेमिक में कैसे सर्वाइव?
थोड़ा सा बैकग्राउंड उससे पहले अगर मैं आपको बता दूं सर,
हाँ बोलिए.
I have always been a man who likes to study the market and plan. So before taking this plunge, I had studied this market of Lansdowne and Uttarakhand tourism for 9 years.
Okay.
And with 9 years of study, I had made a, like Suresh sir said, a proposal or a draft report for oneself that how will it look like. You will be amazed to know, sir, I had planned on 130 days of 100% occupancy in my first year of operation. And we actually achieved 132 days of full occupancy at exactly the rate that we had, planned on. So
Right.
this how good the planning was in the initial phase. So you can say the fundamentals were all covered. It took a lot, but then yes, my salary was, I think, some backup revenue which we had with the operations, and the major part of my salary that basically went on to pay the salaries of all the employees. We did not shed off even a single employee during that time. We had 18, and we had 18 when we again reopened the venture, and we started with the same 18. In fact, some of the 18, they said they will not accept any money because they are not working and all that. But then their houses had to be supported, and we did
Right.
that majorly with the revenues that we had, some backup money, and my salary, and whatever jewelry was basically left to be mortgaged to the bank. We did that during the pandemic, sir. So, but one thing that we did during pandemic also was the maintenance. So all the maintenance that we could not do during the running of the operations, we did during that time. So it gave us a good time to basically, sit down and, look into within, and after that introspection, what is going to be and how it is going to be. So I know it was a tough time, but then in a way it was a good time for introspection also.
So Trilok, since you said that you are in more conventional kind of a hospitality business, you have a resort, people have resort, restaurant or hotel. Suresh sir is in this industry, but he has a total niche. It's a niche segment, which of course he is the leader of that segment. So while his challenges were different, your challenges were different. So now you tell me one thing, that if somebody is planning to get into this, how much of money is required? How does one get that money? And uh, you know, it may be you took the right. There are a lot of people who are like me. Okay, they may have children studying, and they may have uh, other commitments. They may not have some of them are still planning to leave. Okay, and or about to leave now. So how does one plan,
Okay,
and
so
how much is the money required? How is the land? You bought the land, but land now is untouchable. The same land, I'm sure, the land which you bought in 2008 uh, must be touching the sky, the prices.
okay, so I'll answer your question in two parts. I think the first part is what does it take, basically, and the second part is about the money. Where does the money come from to start it? So you need to have a very clear vision, a very clear vision, and a heart of steel, nerves of steel. Actually, you need to have that belief in your thought process that what you're thinking is right, and then, like Suresh sir said, aim full throttle, don't look back. That is the correct way. Fortunately, in these times, there are various models on which a person can enter the hospitality sector: as an owner, as a partner, as an employee, and there are various models basically which float around these days. During my time, when I started thinking about it, probably they were there, but then I never thought of them because I always wanted to have one of my own. So I never wanted the revenue sharing model or the leased model or those kinds of models. So, like somebody said, that except rocket science, there is nothing else which is rocket science in life. You do not need great amount of education to get into this business. You can get into this business at very small scale. Let's say, let's say with an investment of about 10 to 20 lakhs or 30 lakhs maybe, and rest of the funds can be raised through the banks. The banks are more than welcome to have a business running, and they fund every activity of yours. So that is not a problem at all. 10 to 30 lakhs is something that is comfortable to start a business with. Either whether you want to be an owner or you want to take a bigger property on lease out model. So there are various models which one can explore. Secondly, the money. Like I said, there are financial
No,
institutions.
but if somebody wants to be an owner, is then will he be able to do it in the same kind of funds, 20 lakhs, 30 lakhs?
Yes, actually. So if you have 20 lakhs and the kind of CIBIL scoring that you have as an army officer, I'm talking about army officers here, since
Right,
most
right.
of us belong to that part of the society. If you have 20 lakhs with you and that kind of CIBIL support, behind you, you can easily get a funding of 50 to 70 lakhs. That makes it about a crore. Now, you may not be able to make something of this magnitude with 1 crore, but I think it's a good start. It's a good start if you want to have one. Secondly, if you don't want to have something of this magnitude, you can go for homestays. There are the latest trends are that families like to go to a homestay where they hire the complete house to themselves, and they basically have a good vacation. They have a very homely kind of vibe to it, and then they come back. Something on the same, let's say, fundamentally same concept that Suresh sir is running. A caravan to yourself. in the same fashion, a bungalow to yourself or a home to yourself is something that you can always create for people. And with that, you basically, rotate your money, you make your support system a little stronger, and then, attract more financial institutions. In my case, I was, you can say, plain lucky to have a support system uh, with my wife, my parents, and one of my course mates. One of my course mate, actually, I think he's there, Sadbir. He supported me in one way. He said he came to visit us in Kolkata in 2014, and he said one thing which struck me, in my heart. He said, if you think about 5 lakhs, you'll be a man of 5 lakhs. If you think about 5 crores, you'll be a man of 5 crores someday. Start
Lovely.
thinking in crores. And that struck me. And so started thinking about crores, and I could collect crores when my DSOP had 72,000 rupees only. The rest of the DSOP amount I had already spent in buying the land. So when we started construction, I didn't have much. I had my parents to support, but then, like I said, there are financial institutions which are in plenty these days. They'll come and support you in your venture. You just
So,
need
so,
to decide.
so the thing is that once you plan, and then you have a choice either to take it on lease, or you go for straight away buying the property, and then you construct. You must have constructed. The construction also is pretty costly. And
Correct.
so if somebody has to go your way, I mean, I'll just fast track it. If somebody has to go your way, want to buy land and then construct. So buying land and constructing, let's say in a similar kind of a place, not exactly that same place, but in jungle somewhere, in some hotel somewhere, some other location. What should be this thing?
But something of the magnitude that we have right now will take around 5 to 7 crores to construct, sir, including the cost of the land. While it may seem that it is.
So if cost of the land is taken care of, then by lease or something.
Let's say around 4 crores.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So that's quite a bit. It's quite daunting.
It is not, sir. That's the beauty of being an entrepreneur. This amount is not much. Trust me. This amount can easily be borrowed. This amount can easily be, got funded by financial institutions. You don't have to put your dime into it. It's only the beginning, or let's say the.
No, but it has to be returned.
Of course, and that's where your planning comes into. You got to have a sound plan and belief in the thought process, belief in the business
I'll come
idea.
back to you.
मैं अब आपको इनके ट्रक की फोटोग्राफ दिखा देता हूं सो दैट
या प्लीज पहले ये दिखाओ यार, वो उसको देखते ही एक आनंद आ जाता है.
So this is sir standing.
Okay.
ये इनका लॉन्ग शॉट लिया हुआ है कैरवा का इन्होंने. अभी आ गया सर.
This is in Spiti.
Right. This is. Wow.
देखिए.
So those are the guests.
Yes. This was a group of photographers who had come to enjoy doing photography in the wilderness and don't you.
सर अपना होटल पहियों पे लेके चलते हैं. It is hotel on wheels.
I mean, imagine the kind of holiday experience. It's not only holidaying, it's experience. It's an experience.
Yeah, it is an experience. Imagine.
And what a beautiful shot that was.
Yeah, this photograph was at Pingleshwar, totally secluded beach, and we were doing barbecue till 3 o'clock in the morning.
Uh, I mean, it's actually mesmerizing. Vipul, I don't know whether you have the photographs or not, but there are certain photographs in which Sir is actually working on making Taurus.
Yeah, there is a kitchen shot, and also you may show them the new trailers which we have included thanks to Corona.
Beautifully
ये
done,
वाला
sir.
देखिए सर,
Excellent. Excellent
कितना क्लियर
photographs.
स्काई.
This
Oh,
is
it's so
this was shot in Ladakh, and there's a Milky Way in the background.
yeah,
And
I was about to.
it took me 2-3 days to set up the lighting, and then only split second to shoot.
Amazing, sir. Amazing. Yeah,
You can show them the trailers which we have added now. This was in desert, about 120 kilometers from Jaisalmer, and this place is just not known to tourists. Imagine you're spending your night in the wilderness here in total comfort. You ask for soup, you ask for garlic toast with it, and we will give you in wilderness. That is an experience by itself.
absolutely. And that is the lady behind the man. Hats off to ma'am, sir.
She's here. All of them
Oh,
are here. I think they're also attending.
oh, lovely, sir. Lovely. Hat salute to you, ma'am.
I don't know, maybe.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. It's a teamwork, which is, I have no words. In fact, I cannot,
I am
no
telling.
words can do justice to this work which Captain is doing, and with all the support of children, of course. And thank you so much. Thank you.
Ma'am, you don't know what you have created. It's a masterpiece, and I'm sure that you will see for yourself, or you may already be seeing the results. I can just say, I salute to you.
Thank you so much for your wishes. Thank you very much. I appreciate wholeheartedly. Thank you for your wishes. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for being here. I mean, I'm just being so mean, but बेशर्मी के साथ मैं पूछ लेता हूँ सर, हमारे वैल्यू टॉक्स के इसमें टेलीग्राम चैनल में हमारे पास करीब अप्रोक्सीमेटली 2700-800 मेंबर्स आते हैं. देन हमारे व्हाट्सएप के 2 ग्रुप्स हैं, उसमें 500 आई थिंक अप्रोक्सीमेटली 700 पीपल आते हैं. यूट्यूब चैनल के सब्सक्राइबर्स हैं. आप ये बताएंगे मुझे कि अगर हमें टॉरस या आईवी ग्रीन एम आई राइट?
Ivy green, sir. Yes, you're right.
ओके, सो आईवी ग्रीन में मुझे या मैं हमारे मेंबर्स को, सब्सक्राइबर्स को एंजॉय करना हो, तो will they get any kind of discount? Sorry, बेशर्मी के साथ पूछ रहा हूँ बिल्कुल, and you're absolutely free to say that they will get, I mean whatever is the standard discount, but standard discount तो सर हमें ट्रिप एडवाइजर से मिल जाएगा.
Goes without saying, sir. Goes without saying. I mean, Ivy Green will give you a hefty discount, a handsome discount, or to all the respected members, to all the respected people who are here on, all the groups. They can come, they can introduce, and they can avail the discount at our place, and not those, scaled up prices discount, actual genuine discounts.
Yeah,
Thank
this
you,
will be
thank you.
that will be genuine discount. I can tell you, though Colonel Tilok has been, I don't know, been little shy, maybe in telling, but under the circumstances, uh, I will say support the tourism industry by not taking discounts or maybe give extra little bit, because Colonel Tilok may be in a position, but there are people, those are not in a position, uh, but we will give discount because that way we will also run some business to generate some funds. I'm being honest. Let me tell you, Colonel Kochhar, I don't hide anything in my life. I will be very straight and upfront. These are very tough times. Uh, I know a friend of mine who had 2 hotels in Manali, Now he has lost both. And during the Corona period, I lost 2 crore 23 lakh rupees. I was left penniless. Thanks to my wife and my children, we all have been able to survive because our mission was to survive 2020. And thanks to a friend of mine and my cousin, they said, "Don't worry, we will stand by you. This is an excellent project, and you are number one in this field." And culture, I'll say, I always wanted एक नशा चाहिए हर आदमी को जिंदगी में जीने का. I am of this belief कि आप बढ़िया काम करो, don't chase money. Money will come automatically. I have always thought that I have to be something class. I don't have to be part of the crowd. So I said, यार लोग बहुत बनाते हैं सब कुछ कैंप चलाएंगे, but I want to have a mobile camping. I call it a self-contained mobile camping unit like a true 4G. So we hop locations. So you come and with the whatever members have to prove that they're members of this group, and we will give you. We have made a privilege card for very special people, those care for the project, and people will have to say sort of pledge that it is a two-way traffic. You support this kind of enterprise, and you will get benefits definitely. We have a privilege card, and if anybody wants it, I will send it.
Sure, sir.
So there will be honest discount because we also want to run this enterprise, because at least even after discount, we will be able to run the show.
Sir, definitely asking for discount was not of my agenda. It
No,
was,
no,
it
no.
was, I mean,
No, no, no.
I'm,
I
no,
am with
I'm
you.
just, yes, sir.
It is
I'm
always
just,
an honor. It is always honor.
it was very inspirational. Both of you agreed to spare your time and share your journey, which was really inspirational. And I'm sure that all the people who are going to watch this video on the YouTube and all those who attended today, कहीं ना कहीं तो लग गई हो कि करना चाहिए, कुछ तो जिंदगी में करना चाहिए, ऐसे ही निकल जाएगी जिंदगी से.
अगर एक को भी लगी तो वर्थ है सर.
आई एम टेलिंग यू, लगी है तो 100%. सर
जो भी करो पूरे दिल से करो, ये मत देखो कितने पैसे आएंगे.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल.
But do it passionately.
Wow.
Don't look at the money first. That is the biggest mistake people do. You be the best, either in your area or in your trade or whatever you want to do. 100%. Give your 100%. You see, as we say today in this digital world, grow organically, not on steroids. It will not last.
Sir, my ex-CEO, my second CEO, General Rana, he once asked me that he used to call me Billu. Billu, you're a sportsman and you're heading almost all the sports team of the battalion. What appointment can you do in the battalion? I said, sir, whatever you desire. He said, quartermaster is the most thanda appointment or koi problem nahi hoga. And I told him, sir, I'll be the best quartermaster. So with these sports teams, I happen to be his best quartermaster. I want to believe in this. I'll ask him again. But like Suresh sir said, you got to be, you got to believe in what you're doing, and do it with your all heart out. Do not think about the money. As a matter of fact, if out of 100% of the guests that we have, at our place, about 80% of them are from referrals. We do not do any kind of marketing. They are word of mouth people who listen, who basically hear the stories of Ivy Green, they hear the stories of hospitality, and then they make up their mind and they come and they send more people to us. Now that's a family we are making.
Well, you have got 2,700 people ki abhi family hai.
Yes.
Okay? And all my groups are going to get all this video. All my groups are going to be, seeing what Taurus is and what Ivy Green is. I mean, I'm telling you, You will see
Kochhar,
different.
one thing I would like to say to, because I believe all of our here Fauji's and they people those want to get into it, tourism is the most ideal thing and it suits Fauji's. But remember one thing, it doesn't suit 100%. It is not blindly, because when you look after your officers mess and the events, don't get carried away that you will fit into doing tourism,
Correct.
I was
hospitality.
I was about to ask
Absolutely.
you this question,
Huh.
sir.
I will tell you in nutshell. Either go and do what do you call apprenticeship with Col Tilok, work there like an employee, wash dishes. If you can wash dishes in his kitchen, then you will be successful. Otherwise, don't venture into it. And I will say, before you take plunge, like he spent 9 years, but if you want to spend 5 months or 1 year and you want to get into it immediately, please go and work with somebody.
Yes.
Very
जब
right,
मुझे
sir.
लोग
Very rightly brought out.
जब मुझे लोग पूछते हैं सर आई वांट टू वर्क विद यू I said the first appointment you will get is, can you wash the tires of my truck and can you wash dishes? This is what I do. This is what was my job. I drive my truck myself. I cook food, though I have got helpers with me. But the way I cook, my trained cook doesn't cook that. I set up such an atmosphere with my personal touch. People just love it because then there is a storytelling and there's a I care about it. Then I buy the best ingredients. We create an atmosphere. So anybody who wants to get into this venture, please don't blow your money first instantaneously. Don't go into it. There is no jadoo. And remember, you want to spend 50 lakh rupees for marketing and survival till you start generating money, you need to have 15 to 20 lakh rupees in your pocket in reserve. The story of me is totally different. Kaltalok is different. But as a common man, don't do that. Kaltalok spent 9 years doing the study. He must have calculated every single brick and every single glass and tap which have gone into his resort. So when you
Absolutely.
want to get into business, please go and work with somebody. You are a suitable material as a Fauji, but you don't fit into it. You have to be carved. You are like a log. You are like a
Right, sir.
log of the best wood. You are like a teak wood log, but you're not yet a furniture piece which can be bought for 5 lakh rupees. Let me tell you one thing. I have a friend who is an
Beautifully said.
ex-army officer. He is an interior designer. His center tables, they start at 25 lakh rupees. He just sold a bed in Dubai for 2.5 crore rupees. But it took him maybe about 30 years to come to this level. And he has got 500 employees with him. So before you jump into it as a Fauji, please go and work with somebody for 6 months, 1 year. Learn the nuances of marketing. You can have a good product, but if you don't know how to sell it, you will sink for sure.
So I will uh, make a point here. Gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, yes, it is different for all those people who are from the armed forces background. Running a mess and running a business in the hospitality sector are two totally different things. You don't have that kind of manpower. You don't have those kind of responses. You have to manage everything on your own. Kitchen, operations, housekeeping, everything is your baby. Maintenance is your baby. If one staff is absent, you would be required to do his or her job. That is what you have to be ready to pitch in. Uh, so whenever anybody wanting to take a plunge, it has to be a very, very, very deliberate decision. And with this, sir, uh, Suresh sir, just
Yeah,
one
please.
question to you. Just one
Yeah.
question to you, and I want just a brief answer to that.
Yeah, okay.
What is the succession plan? You are not, I mean, sorry, but you are not getting any younger, and you are driving now. Very practical question which came to my mind, and I'm asking up front. So, what is the succession plan? Are you
Okay.
opening some franchise?
Yeah, 2019, and we started thinking about franchisee. and I had shortlisted 67 people. And in February, me and a co-senior to me, we had the last meeting in Delhi to finalize everything. And when I was traveling in Shatabdi to Chandigarh, and I was hearing this कि भाई चाइना में कोरोना आया है और मर रहे हैं लोग. मैंने कहा चाइना में तो बहुत लोग मरने वाले हैं. Don't worry. What is this corona? I didn't know. But by the time it came March, things became clear, and the whole project came to a grinding halt. But now we will get back to it. If there are people, those are interested, they want to work on it. But let me tell you very frankly, a lot of people come to me saying that I should do a free service to them by designing the caravan. And I tell them, if 10 calls I get a day, I need to spend 3 hours on everybody for a preliminary
Absolutely.
discussion. I will not be able to. So now what we are planning is this franchisee, and also maybe we will just make absolutely top class, maybe one permanent establishment also. Me, my wife, my children, we are planning to join as a team. We discuss every day at home, but my children are at liberty to do what they want to do. But at the same time, I will say I'm not going to let them run amok. I will give them proper advice because I'm their consultant. Now my wife will look after the wellness part of it, because we are designing certain things which will be in demand, rather they are already in demand, and so we are planning like that, and we will plan to make 2 3
Right,
camp
sir.
locations. Yeah.
Right, sir. That answers my question.
You gotta focus on your